the girl who studied under a streetlight. Welcome, dear friend. Come sit with me for a moment beside this quiet river. Listen to the gentle sound of the water as it moves patiently over the stones. The river reminds us that even the longest journeys are made one small step at a time. Tonight, I would like to share a story about a small light and a dream that refused to fade. Far away, in a modest African village surrounded by dusty roads and wide open fields, lived a young girl named Amina. The village was peaceful, but life there was simple. Most homes were made of clay and tin roofs that shimmered beneath the hot afternoon sun. Children ran freely along the narrow paths between houses, and in the evenings the smell of cooking fires slowly filled the air. But when the sun disappeared behind the distant trees, darkness quickly settled across the land. Electricity had never reached the homes of that village. When night arrived, families lit small kerosene lamps. Their soft flames flickered quietly, casting dancing shadows across the walls. The light was gentle, but it was not very strong. For many children, this meant their school books closed as soon as darkness arrived. But Amina was different. From the time she was very young, she carried a deep curiosity about the world. She loved the feeling of opening a book and discovering something new, hidden inside its pages. Her teachers noticed the way she listened carefully during lessons. While many students sometimes lost focus, Amina watched every word written on the chalkboard, as if it were a treasure waiting to be understood. One afternoon, the teacher asked the class a simple question: "What do you want to become when you grow up?" Many of the children laughed shyly, but Amina raised her hand slowly. "I want to become a doctor," she said quietly. Some of the students giggled. In a village like theirs, dreams like that seemed very far away. But Amina did not laugh, because in her heart, the dream already felt real. Each evening after school, Amina helped her mother with the small tasks that kept the household running. She carried water from the well at the edge of the village. She swept the yard clean of dust and leaves. She helped prepare the evening meal, while the sky slowly changed from bright blue to deep orange. By the time the family finished eating, night had already arrived. Her mother lit the small kerosene lamp inside the house. The tiny flame flickered gently as the younger children talked and played nearby. Amina tried to read her books beside the lamp, but the light was weak, and the noise made it difficult to concentrate. Still, she tried. Page after page, she leaned closer to the dim light, determined not to give up. One evening, after struggling to read another lesson, Amina stepped outside for some fresh air. As she looked toward the road that passed beside the village, she noticed something she had seen many times before. A tall electric pole stood near the roadside. From the top of that pole shone a single streetlight. Its soft white glow spread across the dusty ground beneath it, creating a small circle of light in the darkness. An idea quietly appeared in Amina's mind. She gathered her notebooks and walked toward that light. Carefully, she sat down beneath the streetlight and opened her books once again. The light was brighter than the kerosene lamp. For the first time that evening, the words on the page were easy to see. And so Amina began to study. Night after night, she returned to that same place. While most of the village slept peacefully, the young girl sat beneath the streetlight, reading every lesson she could. Seasons passed, and the years slowly moved forward. The girl who studied beneath the quiet streetlight grew older, but her determination never faded. Some evenings were cold. Other nights the wind blew dust along the road. But Amina continued returning to the same circle of light. Sometimes travelers passing through the village noticed her sitting there. They would slow their steps for a moment, curious about the young girl reading beneath the streetlight, long after everyone else had gone to sleep. Her teachers also noticed her dedication. They encouraged her to continue her studies and helped her apply for scholarships that could allow her to attend better schools beyond the village. Step by step, Amina continued her journey. The path was not always easy, but she had already learned something powerful during those quiet nights beneath the streetlight. She had learned patience. She had learned discipline. And most importantly, she had learned never to abandon a dream that truly mattered. Many years later, the young girl who once studied beneath borrowed light returned to her village. But she returned not as the quiet student people remembered. She returned as a doctor. The same dusty road still crossed the village, and the same electric pole still stood beside it, casting its circle of light into the darkness each night. Remember this, dear friend. Great journeys do not always begin with great advantages. Sometimes they begin with something very small. A dream, a book, and a single light in the darkness.
Ready for more inspiration? Subscribe and let's keep hope alive together.